Good morning, class. Our today's topic is the plant kingdom part 1. Uh, in this chapter, Kingdom Plantae, we have to study the entire classification of the plant kingdom. Children, plant kingdom is divided into two basic criteria. That basic criteria is the cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Means the plant, those who bear seeds, and the plants those who did not bear the seed. So seed bearing plants are known as the cryptogamy, and in cryptogamy there are three basic classification. Three groups of these plants are known as the thallophyta. Phyta means plant, thallo means thallus like structure, means mostly algae. Bryophyta. Bryophyta are those plants who living both the life on land, and there must be required some water for the process of reproduction. That's why they are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. And third group is known as the pteridophytes. It is advanced group having the vascular system, means the vascular tissues, xylem and phloems are present over here. And second is known as the phanerogamy. Phanerogamy means the plants which bears the seeds. The seed bearing plants are now again categorized into the two groups, that is the gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms, gymno means hota hai naked and sperm means seeds. So seeds are naked, means naked seed bearing plant are known as the gymnosperms. And angiosperms, seed bearing plants, the seeds are enclosed in the seed coat. So today the main topic is the cryptogamy, means the plants without seed, the plants which have no seed. So plant kingdoms is divided into the five major divisions. Thallophyta means algae, Bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperms and angiosperms. What are the basic of this plant kingdom is basically number one is the artificial classification, means the habit, the color, number and shape of the leaves. When we are going to identify the plant on the basis of these character, that is known as the artificial classification. The natural classification is on the basis of the anatomy, means the internal structure, that is the system, ultrastructures seen under the microscope, and embryology. We are going to study about the plant on the basis of the embryo, and phytochemistry means the relationship of the plant with the chemical compounds. Numerical taxonomy on the basis of number of characters, means what are the different numbers of the characters are present, and this taxonomy, this classification is known as the numerical classification or numerical taxonomy. Cytochemistry means cell division or behavior of the chromosomes. And last one is known as the chemotaxonomy. This is totally depend upon the chemical constituents present in the plant. Look at this picture. It is totally demonstrated that the plant innovation, how the plants are adapted their life on the land. We know that the plant kingdoms is entirely developed in the water, means the ancestral eukaryotes are the totally green algae. They are found in the freshwater ponds, rivers and lakes all. And the brown algae are the group, the red algae are found in the marine water. So if the multicellularities is found in that tissues level, they are known as the hornwort or the liverwort, means the plants are going to adapt their life from water to the land. So land plants are known as the mosses, or we can say the liverwort. It have ability to regulate the water loss also. And when the vascular tissue is going to be developed, vascular tissues means xylem and phloem, responsible for the conduction of water and minerals. So the vascular tissue is developed, they are known as the fern and club mosses. It is coming under the pteridophytes. If the root system is totally developed, then again they are known as the cycads and the coniferous plants, and in the advanced forms it is known as the gingos and gnetophytes, means they have the fleshy fruits, means the seed is there and fleshy fruit is there. The fleshy fruits is there means they are coming under the gingos and the gnetophytes plants. They are all known as the gymnosperms. When the gametophyte protections and the seed is going to be formed, and after that the plant is going to be flowered, means flower is there and the seeds are enclosed in the seed coat, means the protected seed over here, they are coming under the angiospermic plants. And on the basis of the cotyledons, the seeds, how many number of the cots are present inside the seeds, they are known as the monocots and the dicots. In the monocots, the flowers and the protected seed only, but in dicots, we find that there are the secondary growth. And due to this secondary growth is due to the cambium tissues present inside the stem. If the secondary growth is there, the plants are known as the dicot plants. So this is the basically the innovations or the adaptation of a plant from water to the land. Now we have to study the first division. First division is known as the thallophytes. The thallophytes are the mostly algae, having the chlorophyll, bearing thalloid like a structure, thallus like a structure. Autotrophic in nature because they have chlorophyll in their tissues, in their cells. So they are autotrophic organisms, they are going to be prepared their food. Largely aquatics means mostly marine and as well as found in the fresh water. Some occurs on the moist soil, sometimes stones and rocks also. Sometimes few algae are found on the roots or some epiphytes plants, means they are found on the higher plants, and some are symbionts, means make the association with the fungus, they are known as the lichens. So these are the thallophytes. In the thallophytes, we find the asexual mode of reproduction is in the favorable condition only. When the condition is favorable for the algae, asexual mode of reproductions occur by means of two spores. They are known as the zoospores, or we can say it is an aplanospores. And in the sexual mode of reproductions, they are the isogamous, means the in case of the Chlamydomonas algae, is known as the anisogamous in the Eulothrix algae, and sometimes oogamous type of sexual reproduction is known as in the Volvox and Fucus. Volvox and Fucus is the algae. Algae is classified on the basis of the types of the pigments also and the nature of the reserve food material. What kind of reserve food materials after performing the function of the photosynthesis is stored inside the plant? They are known as the RFM, means reserve food material. On the basis of the pigments, they are known namely chlorophyce, means green algae, phaeophyce, brown algae, and rhodophyce, red algae. So on the basis of the nature of reserve food material and the pigment, again the classification of algae occurs on the three classes. They are known as the chlorophyce, phaeophyce, and rhodophyce. In this diagrams, you can see so many types of algae. One algae is Chlamydomonas, unicellular algae. Eulothrix is here. Alba is also here. Few algae is this. This is known as the Vaucheria. Vaucheria here. And then sometimes Euglena is also there. It is now coming under the Protista, but very few years back, due to the presence of chlorophyll, it is also coming under this group, but now it is under the Protista. The chlorophyce is known as the green algae because the pigments is the chlorophyll. In the both cases in the marine or in the fresh water, the water appears the green due to the presence of the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, sometimes chlorophyll C, D, E also, and sometimes two another pigments known as the carotene and xanthophyll. These are the basically pigments that's found in the chlorophyce or green algae. The pigment found in the chloroplast is also having some pyrannoids, means they are having some starch and proteins and oil drops as a food material. So food material is in form of the starch, sometimes protein, and sometimes in form of the oil also. The entire cell wall of the green algae is made up of the cellulose and the pectin. In case of the reproduction, if we have to study in the green algae, it is of the three types. All the three types vegetative by the means of fragmentations, means if fragments of the algae is broken down, it have tendency to grow a new algal filament. And in the asexual mode of reproduction, there is spores are known as the zoospores. Zoospores are formed and responsible for the development of the entire plant. Sexual mode of reproduction, the gamete is formed. Same type of gametes are known as the going to fuse is known as the isogamous, and different type of gamete is fused, it is known as the anisogamous. For example, sometimes oogamous means same types. Spirogyra, Ulithrix, Volvox, Clamadomonas and Cara. These are the known as the green algae. In the Phaeophyce is also known as the brown algae, mostly marine. The brown algae are mostly marine. Marine means it occurs in the sea water. In the warm sea oceans, the body is attached to substrate by the holdfast. Body of the algae is going to attached in the water of the sea level by the holdfast. Holdfast is that area, that part of this algae which is attached with the substratum, any rocks or any substratum. Pigments are chlorophyll A, C and carotene, sometimes xanthophyll also, but the thallus occurs maybe a olive green. Due to shades of the brown, the brownish shade appears over here. That's why it is known as the brown algae, is due to the fucoxanthin. A fucoxanthin is that pigment is present in the brown algae. The RFM, the reserve food materials, may be a complex type of carbohydrates. Complex type of carbohydrates means so many chains of the carbohydrates are conjoined together, like laminarians and mannitol. Laminarians and mannitols is the complex form of the carbohydrate. Come to the reproduction in the brown algae. It is now all the three types of reproduction is over here. One is the vegetative reproductions by means of fragmentation, broken down of the filaments. Asexual by the zoospores or with the two unequal laterally inserted flagella. Sexual reproduction is isogamy, anisogamy or oogamy type, and fusion of the gametes inside the oogonium. Oogonium means that organ in which the ovum is formed or oospore is formed, or in the water sometimes it releases into the water, fuses together and settle down into the bottom of the sea level or water level and develop into the brown algae. Examples of the brown algae are the Ectocarpus, Dictyota, Laminaria, Sargassum and Fucus. They are known as the brown algae. Now come to the red algae, mostly marine and other both in the shallow water, sometimes found in the shallow water also, in the deep also, depth of the water and shallow of the water. In the great depth, sometimes it is found. The red color of this algae is due to the pigment R-phycoerythrin and chlorophyll A and B. Due to the presence of R-phycoerythrin, this color is appearing is like a reddish color. Reserve food material is the Floridian starch, means a starch having some fluorides is there. fluoride along with the starch, similar to the amylopectin. Amylopectin like structure, it is known as the RFM, and sometimes the glycosan, the derivative of the glucose, is found over here. Reproduction in red algae. Vegetative by fragmentation, same as. Asexual by non-motile spores. Sexual is oogamous and the gametes are non-motile. Post-fertilization developments are very common in all the algae. The example of the red algae are Porphyra, Polysiphonia, Geladinum, Gracileria. It have a very important economically and commercial uses of the red algae. You can see here the Spirogyra, Sargassum, Chlamydomonas, Ulithrix. So many algae pictures over here. Some types of brown algae is also here. Look at the picture. Same structure, same color like algae, but there are the 4 types of algae over here: Alva latusa and Chondrus crypsus, Laminaria dictata and Polysiphonia species. In the bottom of the water, you can find so many types of algae over here. This is the picture of the algae in the hands. You can see it is Spirogyra, species of Spirogyra. Some alva-like structures and sometimes Oedogonium-like structure. It is also an algae. This is also an algae, marine algae used as salads. Division Bryophyta. Now the second division is known as the Bryophyta. Bryophytas are known as the amphibians of plant kingdoms, means the first group of the plants that is going to colonize on the land, but it requires some amount of water for the purpose of fertilization. That's why it is known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Plant body, dorsiventral thallus-like structures, means dorsal surface and ventral surface. 2 surfaces are there. Prostate, erect. Prostates means they are going to run parallel to the land and sometimes erect and attached by the rhizoids. There is no true roots. Some fine branching of the root-like structures is found. It is going to attach with the soil or the substratum named as the rhizoids. The dominant phase of the plant is known as the gametophytes. Gametophytes are the dominating phase when the gametes are formed. They are haploid, means having the half number of chromosomes, and it produces the gametes for the purpose of the sexual mode of reproduction, for the fusion or by the process of the cell division named as meiosis. Reproduction in bryophytes, the sex organs are multicellular totally and have a sterile jacket layer, means the sex organs are found in a sex organ. That sex organ is known as the multicellular sex organs or jacket-like structure. The zygote having the 2n, means double number of chromosomes diploid. It represents the first cell of the saprophytic undergoes the mitosis division. After the fusion of the gametes, the zygote is developed, and due to the mitotic cell divisions, it form a sporophytic, which depend upon the gametophytes. The sporophytes bears the sporangia when the spore mother cell undergoes the gametogenesis. It forms the haploids spores. If we are going to study about that, how many types of the bryophytes are found on the land, on the earth, the first group is known as the liverwort, just like a liver-like structure. So body is just like a thallus and having leaf-like appendages like borne on the Stem, the vegetative reproductions by means of the fragmentation or by the gamy formation. A gamy-like cup is formed on the thallus. It is known as the gamy. The sex organ, antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia is the male reproductive organ and archegonia is the female reproductive organ. May be born on the same thallus sometimes. It is known as the monoecious, and example of the monoecious plant is Rixia. And if the both Antheridia and Archegonia, both the sex organs are developed on the different thallus, it is known as the dioecious. The example is known as the Markensia. So Rixia and Markensia is the example of the liverbird. Lunaria is also the example of bryophytes. This is the Markensia plant. You can find over here liver-like structure. Rhizoids is there, two roots are the Gema cups. You can see here the Gema cup. This Gema cup is responsible for the vegetative mode of reproduction, and on the stalk bearing there is the antheridospore and archegoniospore. Antheridospores, the male gametic thallus, and the female gametic thallus on the different thallus. This is the example of the Markensia. If both archegoniophore and antheridophore are found on the same thallus, the plant is Rixia. Bryophytes, liverbirds, and mosses is also example. Mosses, liverbird, horivert, liverbird, and mosses. Three groups. First group is the mosses. What are the mosses? The dominant phase of the mosses is the life cycle of the mosses is the gametophyte. Means the first phase is the formation of the two stages, two gametes, and occurs in the two stages like protonema and the erect leafy gametophytic plant. The two different structure, one is the protonema and another is the erect portion. The leafy gametophyte plant consists of upright stem axis and bear spirally leaf appendages that is attached by the substratum by the multicellular rhizoids. The zygote develop into the sporophyte. Sporophytes having three structure, three parts: foot, seta, and capsule. Example is Funaria, a very common moss. This is the picture of a moss, common moss, Funaria. You can find it, the two-phase gametophytic phase, the gamete is formed, and sporophytic phase, spore is formed. You can see here the rhizoids there, the main axis, the leafy-like structures, leaves are there. So foot is the part of the rhizoids. Seta, a long stalk is known as the seta, and after the seta there is a capsule in which the spores are formed, and after the maturation of the spores, it dehiscence, it ruptured over there, and so many spores are scattered or dispersed on the different soil and responsible to grow a new Funaria or moss. This is also the structure of Funaria or the moss. You can find over here the life cycle. If the life cycle, haploid and diploid two phases. In this picture you can find so many mosses is there, and the gametophytic phase, the two gametes, eggs and sperms are formed, and due to the some responsibility of the water, it is fused. So sperms is going to travel with the help of the water to reach the archegonia and fuses it here. After the fusing, fertilization, the zygote is formed. Now it is the diploid stage having two n number of chromosomes. In the diploid stage, the developing sporophyte is there. A long plant is developed over here. The capsule is there. Capsule having is known as the sporangium. The mature sporophyte, stalk, foot, stalk, and seta. And then operculum means one lid is over here in the capsule area. Due to the meiosis cell division, these spores are now scattered or dispersed by the dehiscency of by the rupturing of the operculum, and when it reaches on the soil, the rhizoids is developed, protonema is developed, and rhizoid is developed and coming down to develop into the entire plant. Now division of the pteridophytes means the pteridophytic divisions. Third division is known as the pteridophytes. Pterids. Phyta means plant, pterids means pterido. Pterids means the vascular tissue is present now. Vascular tissue, the conduction tissue. The first terrestrial plant with the vascular tissue and also need water for the purpose of the fertilization, like the bryophytic plant. The dominating phase is the sporophyte phase and differentiated into the true roots. Now the true roots is present over here. True stem is present over here and true leaves are present over here. Before that, no true roots, no true stem, no true leaves. But in the pteridophytic plants, we find that the true roots is there, true stem is there and true leaves is there. At maturity, some leaves modified into the sporophylls and it bears the sporangia to produce the spores after the maturity. A very common, very common, first picture shows the very common Dryopteris. This is the Dryopteris plant, fern, common Indian fern. And you can see in the after maturity the leaves bear some sporangia, spore like structures over here, and it have spores there responsible for fertilization. Second plant is just like a long stalk like structure is known as the equisetum. Equisetum is also a pteridophytic plant. Salvinia selaginella, it is also a pteridophytic plant. Selaginella pteris, Dryopteris, equisetum, adiantums. You can see in this picture so many types of the plant, example of the plant of the pteridophytes. Spore may be one type. Sometimes the spores which is developed on the surface of the leaf in the sporogillous leaf, spores may be one type, homospory, example in the Dryopteris. Sometimes they differ in the shape, it is heterospory. Two types of spores, megaspore and microspore. Micro means small, mega means a big size. Example in Selaginella and Salvinia plant. The fusion of gametes is known as the syngamy. Syngamy is the process. Gamy means fusion. Syngamy, the fusion of the gametes occurs inside the archegonia and the zygote develop into the sporophytic plant. This is the life cycle of the pteridophytic plant. You can find over here a plant in this picture. Number one point, you can find over here a plant having the true roots, rhizomes is there. This is the Dryopteris or pteris plant. In the sporophytic phase started, you can find over here in this picture wood fern or the Dryopteris fern. A surae is there. Surae are the structures found on the leaves at the maturity of the sporophytic condition. These suraes, second stage, that are found on the leaflets. It have annula like structures, indolums and annula, and the spores dehiscences, and the spores are now coming down in the surface of the soil. After the germinating spores, it is developed into a prothallus structure, that is the underside structure. In the fourth stage, the rhizoids there, or on this thallus, this prothallus having both the archegonia and antheridia is there, means the gametophytic stage is there. They are haploid in number. The spores are here, eggs and sperms, and after the fusion, after the fertilization, the zygote is formed. Now the condition is the diploid conditions. This zygote is now developed into the young sporophytic or germinating, and again in the seventh stage you can find the developed plant of the Dryopteris, Indian fern, a very common Indian fern. This is the Indian fern, Dryopteris plant. The outlet, sporophyte stage, fully mature leaf having sorus or sori, sporangia or sori on the leaf, and when these spores are now this is spores, this is known as the gametophytes or the prothallus structures responsibilities. Anthridiums and archegoniums are found over here, and after the fusion it forms an embryo responsible to develop a plant. This is the life cycle of the Dryopteris plant. Now, what are the classes of the pteridophytes? There are the four major classes of the pteridophytes plants. The first class is known as the Psilopsida. In this class, there is only one plant named the Psilotums. Very rare plant is now found on the earth. Psilotum plant, only one example, Psilopsida. Second group is the Lycopsida. In the Lycopsida, the two very important plants are the Lycopodium and Selaginella. Sphenopsida, equisetum plant is there, and the Pteridopsida, Dryopteris, Adiantums and Pteris plant is there. So there are the four basic classes of the pteridophytes. Now this is all for today's lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.